I'm going to walk you through all the features that Thismailer.com members area has. This is just kind of a little informal walkthrough, so bear with me. But as you log in, you go first to the dashboard, and once you get in here, you'll see payments that have been made to you. And now this is just a test account, so you'll see some fictitious information in here. But for example, Barney Rubble bought the list builder from me. So if I never received the payment from Barney and he somehow cheated the system, then all you have to do is just click here on this link, not received, and it will subtract the year payment from him, and it'll also notify us that he tried to cheat the system. And so all you do is you'd click it like that, and it marks it as not received. And so he wouldn't be able to log in now. Also, you have your autoresponder payments down below as well. So, and then this also shows subscribers here, and of course this is a test account. There's only 2 subscribers. So next we've got the personal information that you'd have, and of course once again this is just a test account, so this information is not correct, but it would show when your account expires, when your list builder expires, when your autoresponder expires, and has the links to upgrade those again. It also has your refer here, once again just a test. And now we get into some of the meat of the stuff here, so we can go into your lists. And so this is where you basically would create an actual list. Now we do have the default list, so if somebody just goes to thismailer.com and they sign up here to get more information from you, say you put in your referral URL, and they've come here and they put in their information, and then they they get the email, they click on the link to confirm that it's the correct email address, then you would have a subscriber in this account right here. Now say you want to create your own little subscription form to go maybe on your blog or on your website or something like that, then we can do that. You just basically click on add a new list, and we're just going to call this one newsletter. And this could be anything right here. This is just for your own purposes here. But this, however, has to be very specific, and it should say something like you subscribe to the site at, and then you need to actually put your actual website where they subscribed, so that people can go there and see your page again and say, oh yeah, I remember subscribing. If they get an email and it doesn't have a good description of where they subscribed, they could report you as spam. If we get multiple spam complaints from you, then we're going to have to shut down your account. So make sure you're being very specific about where you are getting, where these people are signing up from. So you would put in something there. I'm just putting in this example here because this is just a test, but you would actually want to put in the actual site. You can't just say something like, you subscribed at one of our sites. That's not good enough. It needs to be specific. So, so I'm going to save here, and you'll see that this will now save. I can now go to your lists, and there's the newsletter one that we just created. Now if we want to just get the code, I would just click that little icon there. I can choose no, I don't want a phone number on it, or yes, I want a phone number on it but not required. Let me show you what that looks like, and that looks like this right here. So you can see the name and the email is required. Now kind of ignore this little icon here. This is just from my password saver program, a little plugin that I have here on my browser. This field would look just the same as these other ones here, but the asterisks show that these are required fields. If I wanted the phone number to be required, then I could do that, mark that up there, or I could say no phone number at all, and that's how it would look. And then all I would do is I would just copy this code right here. I would just Control-C, copy it, go to my web page where I can edit my web pages, go into where I can put in raw code, and I would put in that code. Now you can't just paste this into a regular editor like on WordPress or something like that. You have to go in and view the code and paste it into the code that way. That's the only way you can do it. However, we do have an option. If you're not able to edit a web page, or you don't have your own web page, that's not a problem. You can still create a newsletter or have newsletter subscribers, and you do that by going back to your list and you create and edit your own web page. Now this page will be located here. Here's the link to it. Right now it's blank. There's nothing on there. So let's add a few things. Now you can see this is really easy to edit. I can center this. I can choose a different font. I can choose font sizes. I can add images. I can do all kinds of different things. But let's add the form now. So the form is added with this icon right here. I would just click that, and basically that would do the same thing as the other form. It gives me the option to have a phone number, no phone number, whatever. I choose no phone number. It also allows me to do a custom thank you page, so I can redirect the person to a specific thank you page. And so if I want to, for example, if I promise them they'll get a free ebook when they subscribe, I can redirect them to a thank you page that would have the custom ebook there or whatever. So I'm just going to insert this as is, and then it will actually take them to a thank you page that is just automatically generated. So let's center this as well. And basically there it is. That's just a basic page, and if I save it and I go here again, you can see there it is. So of course we'd want to pretty this up, give people a reason to subscribe to the newsletter. Once they put their name, their email address in, they subscribe, it sends them an email. They need to click on the link in the email to opt in to receiving the emails. And so that's how we opt into the list. So now I can go to your list and you can see everything here. So now let's say we want to send an email to our subscribers. Now of course if I click on this, it's not going to allow me to send because there's no one signed up on that list. So let's click here where we actually have two fake accounts or two fake email addresses that have signed up. So let's create an email here, and you can see it's a full WYSIWYG editor where I can add images. I can customize it to look the way I want it to, and I'm just going to create a little test email here. I'm just going to make it bold. Maybe I'll center it too. That's all I really want to do for right now. Now, when this email goes out, if you want to be notified that it's gone out, then you can put your email address in this field here. You can leave it blank if you don't want to be notified. That's fine. And also, if you'd like to, if you would like to pick a specific time and date, you can do that here. If not, just click in the field. It'll just put in there today's time and date, and then that's good enough. Say I have multiple lists here, with multiple subscribers, then I can choose each one of those by clicking on the Control key on my keyboard and selecting the other ones as well. But since that's not an option, I'll just do one, or you could do the other. But you can only do ones that have subscribers. So I'm going to click Save, and now that email has been saved, and it's going to appear right here. Now you can see right now it's pending. What it's going to do is there's going to be a script that's going to come along, and it's going to say, okay, we've got an email that is due to go out. And now they don't always go out immediately when they are told to go out. It can take a few minutes depending on the queue and depending on how many emails are waiting. But basically, it'll go in, it'll find the email that needs to go out, it'll get it started, and it'll start processing it. It'll grab all the emails to the subscribers, and it'll start sending them out. Now if you have 10,000 subscribers, it's going to take an hour or so to send out to all 10,000 of them. So you might come in here and see that it still says pending. That's because it hasn't finished sending them yet. So don't be concerned if you have a huge list and hours later you don't see that it's finished sending them. So don't worry about that. Now you can see if I go into edit it, it'll actually tell me that it's too late. It's already going out, and so I can't change that just yet. But if we come back in here in a minute, you'll see that it's been sent. Now the autoresponders is basically the same thing as sending an email. However, you can set up when you want the autoresponder to go out. So for example, let's go in here and we'll just do a new test here. And I'm just going to put test AR for autoresponder. And so an autoresponder basically is that as soon as somebody signs up for one of your mailing lists, they can get an email. But the email can also go out an hour later. It can go out 2 hours later. You can have it go out a week after they got it. You can have an email go out a day after they subscribed. Some people like to do this because they like to add gradual coaching, or say somebody subscribed for some information and you're trying to sell them on something and they didn't accept the offer the first time, but you want to offer it to them again in a week. then you can do that again in a week, and you can tell it to go out in a week from here. Now, the autoresponder is set up in hours, and so basically you just kind of need to do a little bit of math. 0 hours would mean that it would go out immediately. As soon as they subscribed, an email would go out to them. Or you can say 168 hours would be 1 week, 720 would be 30 days, etc., etc. Now, you can send an email if somebody just goes to thismailer.com and they sign up under you, and you want to just advertise this mailer because you want to try to earn the $79. But say you have another program you want to advertise to them as well, then you can, anytime somebody goes into thismailer.com and signs up, you can have an email go out immediately to them advertising your other product or service that you want to sell to them. So that's a possibility as well. And so all I would do is I'd hit save. Now I can go to autoresponders, and I can see that there is a new a test new is the last one that we just did. I can go in and edit that, of course. That's pretty easy to do. So the other option is now if we want to advertise Thismailer. Here is this one's referral link. Yours will be different than this, but this is the link that you would refer people to. You can advertise that on Facebook, Twitter, or however you want to advertise it. Just don't be spamming people with it. If we get spam complaints that you're spamming this link to people, then we'll need to shut down your account without a refund. That's the terms that you agree to. So here's some banners if you want to put these on blogs or web pages. We've got a few banners on there right now that you can use. If you want to find some places to advertise, we have a membership fed list. And so basically this is a bunch of just lists of places where people have submitted that that can be used for advertising. If you have a website that can be used for advertising that's not on this list, then go ahead and submit it here. Make sure it is a place that can be advertised to. Don't advertise your other websites. This has to be a website that can be advertised to. So other than that, you just have the log out button here, and that pretty much covers the whole members area. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us right here, and let us know if you have any concerns or suggestions even. Thanks.